guys, welcome to reading class. Alright, so today in reading we are going to be working on something called author's purpose. And we know what an author is, right? What's an author? Yeah, an author is somebody who writes something. It could be a story, a poem, a letter, anything. An author is just somebody who writes something. And now purpose, the purpose is why they do something. So in author's purpose, we are talking about the reason that an author might decide to write something. Like if they write a book or a poem or a letter, they have a reason for why they wanted to do it. And there are 3 reasons that an author might do something. Alright, and the author's purpose is as easy as pie. We have our piece of pie here because, not just because it was Thanksgiving, but because the author's purpose spells pie. The P is for persuade, the I is for inform, and the E is for entertain. So it's as easy as pie because it stands for each thing that the author might write something. An author may try to persuade somebody, they might try to inform somebody, or they might try to entertain somebody. And I'm going to go ahead and explain what each of those things mean. Alright, so the first one in pie is the P, and that stands for persuade. Now, when you're trying to persuade somebody to do something, you are trying to talk them into doing it with you or to agreeing with you. Here they say the author shares their opinion and may also give facts or examples to support the opinion. They're trying to get you to think or do what they want you to do. They're trying to talk you into something. Some examples of some things that have been written to persuade. Advertisements or ads. Like we just had all those big sales for Black Friday. Those ads are trying to get you to buy something. The same thing for a commercial. You guys watch YouTube videos a lot and they pop up ads. What do the ads want you to do? Yeah, they're trying to talk you into buying something. Hey, buy this kind of milk because it tastes the best. Or hey, you need to get this game because it's the best game in the whole world. Yeah, they're trying to talk you into it. And sometimes it's not very truthful, huh? Yeah, have you ever seen a commercial or an ad for some toy and then you get it and it's not as cool as you thought it would be? Yeah, so sometimes ads don't always tell the truth. They're just trying to talk you into something. And now newspaper editorials are another one. And that's just like an article or a story that's trying to talk you into believing what they want to believe. Like there might be a story that's trying to talk you into voting for President Trump, or a story that was trying to talk you into voting for Biden, the other guy. So those might be things that are written like newspaper stories that are trying to talk you into something. Because that's what persuading is doing. It's just trying to talk you into either buying or doing something. If you write a note to your mom asking her to let you go to your friend's house maybe. You know, hey mom, can you please let me go to Sally's house? I promise I'll clean the whole house if you let me go. I'll be really good. You're trying to talk her into it, aren't you? Yeah, you're trying to persuade. So sometimes an author could write something trying to persuade people to do something. They're trying to talk them into it. Now, another kind would be to entertain. Entertain is the E in pie. And entertain means to tell a story. So it's just going to tell a story. And it could have imaginary characters or places and events. Plays are some examples, comic strips, stories, and poetry. Sorry guys, I had a yawn. Those are all examples of entertaining. If you've watched a movie, if you've seen a show on TV, if you've read a comic book, or you've read some poetry, you've read a story, or your mom's told you a story, those are all examples of entertaining. The author wanted to write a story to entertain you. They wanted to make you enjoy it. That's what entertain means. They're just telling you a story just to give you something that you enjoy listening to, you enjoy reading or watching. So that's all entertain means. It's just something you want to do for fun. It's just something that makes you smile and that you enjoy. And the last kind of story, they might write something to inform. And an inform is when the author tells you true things and they're trying to teach you something. Textbooks like the science books, newspapers, encyclopedias, cookbooks, those are kinds of examples of... Oh, sorry again, guys, I had another yawn. Those are examples of books that were written to inform you. They're just trying to tell you true things and teach you something. There's some examples of some books too that are wrote to inform. Like if an author writes a book about lions and they're telling you a lot of true things about lions and trying to teach you about lions, that book was wrote to inform. So those are the 3 reasons an author might write something. That's their purpose. The author's purpose, remember, might be to entertain, to inform you, or to persuade you. Remember, persuade is when they're trying to talk you into something. They're trying to get you to do something. Entertain was when they were trying to tell you a story. Just something that you would enjoy reading. And then inform is when they're telling you true things and they're trying to teach you something, okay? Alright, so we're going to practice that. I've got just some real short little stories here, and when we get done reading the little story, we're going to pick what the author's purpose was. Remember, persuade, entertain, or inform are those purposes. Those are the reasons the author might write something. So let's read this really quick. Joe had been fishing for over 2 hours without a single bite. Suddenly, there was a nibble at the end of his fishing line. He stood up on the boat and leaned out too far. Just then, there was a sharp yank on the line. Joe fell overboard and landed headfirst into the water. Joe and his friends laughed and laughed. Alright, think about this story. The author wrote this story. Do you think they were trying to talk you into something? Did it sound like they were maybe trying to get you to do something? Were they trying to entertain you, which would mean, you know, just tell you a story, something that you enjoyed and you liked to read? Or were they trying to teach you something, like tell you true things? What do you guys think on this one? Was it persuade, entertain, or inform? I think you might be right. I think this one was written to entertain. I didn't see anything up here that made me think they were trying to talk me into anything. There wasn't any sentences up here where they were trying to get me to do something or trying to talk me into it. There also were not any sentences that seemed like it was trying to tell me true things or teach me anything. If it's not trying to talk me into anything, and it's not trying to teach me anything, then it was probably just written to entertain. Most stories, guys, are going to be written to entertain. Most of them. But every now and then you're going to see a persuade story or an inform story. But most were written to entertain. Good job. Alright, let's look at this one. The giant panda is a bear-like animal that has thick white fur with black markings on its ears, limbs, shoulders, and around its eyes. The giant panda feeds on bamboo forests at high altitudes in western China. It also eats bulbs, roots, eggs, and some small mammals. The cubs are born in late winter. The giant panda is an endangered species and is protected by the Chinese government. Alright, think about that. What do you think the author's purpose was in writing this one? What was the author doing? Because every time an author is going to sit down and write something, they think, okay, why do I want to do this? Was this author trying to persuade you or talk you into something? Did it seem like that? Was this author trying to entertain you, maybe just tell you a fun story that made you smile? Or were they trying to inform you about something? Were they trying to tell you true stuff and teach you about something? What do you guys think? Yeah, on this one, I think they may have been trying to inform you again. Or not again, but inform you. Because inform means they were telling true things and they were trying to teach you. What were they telling me true things and trying to teach me about? Yeah, the giant panda. All of the sentences were talking about the giant panda and telling me true stuff and teaching me about it. Since it was trying to tell me true things and teach me, it's definitely been written to inform me. So anytime it's true and they're trying to teach you, it was written to inform you. Alright, and our last one. It's new, it's refreshing, it's Slurpee soda. This is the best soda in the world. If you drink this soda, you will jump higher, run faster, and be smarter in school. Try one today. Alright, what was the author's purpose for writing this story? Were they trying to persuade you? Talk you into something? Were they trying to entertain you? Maybe just tell you a fun story that made you smile? Or were they trying to tell you true things and teach you something? What do you think? This one was written to persuade. What were they trying to talk you into? Yeah, they wanted you to buy Slurpee soda. They were trying to talk you into it, trying to get you to go buy one. So anytime they're trying to talk you into something or get you to do something, they're persuading you. This wasn't a fun story, and they did maybe tell me some true stuff, but it didn't seem like they were trying to really teach me about anything. It seemed more like they were just trying to talk me into, if it'll make you run faster and be smarter, try one today. They're trying to get me to like it. So definitely they were trying to persuade on this one. Alright, so remember those 3 reasons an author might write something: persuade, entertain, or inform. This is your assignment for today. You're going to read Biblioburrow again with an adult. So sit down with your mom or your older sister or your brother or your dad or your grandma and read Biblioburrow to them. And then you're going to tell me what was the author's purpose for writing it. So all you have to do is send me just real quick a sentence. What was the author's purpose for writing it? I want you just to send me the author's purpose for writing Biblioburrow was persuade, entertain, or inform. So after you get done reading it, you should be able to think to yourself, were they trying to persuade me, which means talk me into something? Were they trying to entertain me, which is just tell you a fun story to make you smile? Or were they telling you true things and trying to teach you something? Okay? Alright, so that is your assignment. You just have to read Biblioburrow again with an adult and then tell me what was the author's purpose. Alright, we'll talk about author's purpose some more tomorrow, and good luck, guys.